Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Game-Based Learning in the World Language Classroom. The why, what, and how. We are on section 3 of my book, The How. I've taught you why game-based learning is great. I've taught you what it is, and now I'm giving you actual games. I'm Madame Sensei. I teach Spanish, French, and Japanese to high schoolers out here in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. It's a bit rainy today. And for any of these games, ping me at studio-nemo.com, the Duolingo Educators Network, or the Minecraft Education Ambassadors, or the Minecraft Teachers Lounge. Of course, talk to me about the games here in the comments section. All right, we have been talking about apples to apples, and apples to apples is absolutely amazing. You're going to get so much authentic language production with this game, and so much culture embedded in it. So, first thing you do is you take the green cards, which you've had your students cut out, and you place them face down in the center of the table. Every single one of the green cards is an adjective. Each student is going to draw 7 red cards, okay? I could find a free clip art of 3, so there's 7 cards here, okay? Put the remainder of the red cards face down in the center of the table near the green cards, okay? The red cards are all nouns. They can be places, people, things, song titles, noun phrases, phrases that you're working on in class that can be nominalized, whatever you need, but they're going to be the nouns and the green cards are the adjectives. Okay, so this is where I add so much culture. The students absolutely adore hearing weird facts about their favorite singers or unusual foods from the target culture or tidbits from history. This is the only time I get to talk about Jacques Cousteau in my French class. I don't have time for it anywhere else, okay? Books we're reading. Here's my favorite picture of Claude Francois. Everybody knows Celine Dion. You know, we can put in so much. Here's a song title. Okay, or not song title, a lyric from a song that we work on for Halloween. So there's so much culture you can embed into this. As the months go by, I add expansion packs. You hear my scare quotes, my quote unquote around expansion pack. So I'll take other nouns that we learn and I print them on orange or pink or yellow or some other apple color. Okay, and then that way, if I've got it as an expansion pack and it's on a different color, at the beginning of next year, I just tell my new first year students, I'm like, oh, take those orange cards and put them off to the side because you guys don't know them yet. And then, bwahaha, I sit back and watch who sneaks a peek at them. Okay, because if they sneak a peek, that's front loading. That's great because of course they want to, right? But at any rate, it makes it easy for me to scaffold it, to nest the game. Remember we talked in an earlier video about how we're nesting the game to make it more complicated? So the orange cards, the yellow cards, the pink cards are going to more complicate it. The red cards are the basic deck. So one student, and you've got a group of 3 to 8, remember? Hopefully you've got somewhere closer to the 8. Maybe you got 5 or 6 students. One student's going to volunteer to be the judge for the first round, okay? For the first round only, for whenever the student is a judge, the judge doesn't put in any cards. Everybody else is going to put in cards. Okay, so the judge takes the top card from the green deck and they shows it to the table. It's an adjective, okay? So this adjective says he's smart or just smart, okay? And then all other players look at their hand. They all have 7 cards in their hand, right? Okay, so let's see what matches smart. The slowest Mario Kart? Nah. 10,000 yen? Nah. Big eyes and big ears? Nah. Oh, good grades in chemistry? Maybe. Okay. When it snows? Nah. Oh, here, this is a tongue twister. Namamugi namagome tamatamago. I like how I filled it in with red and it filled in the egg too. Okay. So, no, well, you have to be smart to say this. So maybe bonsai? Yeah, doing bonsai is pretty smart. Nah, I'm going to say, okay, so it's between these two. I'm going to put in this one. Okay. So everybody, oh, and then now I only have 6 cards in my hand, right? So I've got to draw another card. Oh, look, I drew, Miyazaki Hayao. Oh, he's pretty smart too, but it's too late. I already put in that card. I'm not allowed to put in the new card because I already chose my card. All right, so everyone from the table is going to put in a red card that they think matches this green card. All right, now students, are probably used to playing apples to apples on their own. Some students are going to try to get by without saying anything. They're going to try to get by with being silent. You don't want this, obviously. We're in a world language classroom. So you instruct them, if they're being quiet, that they have to play their cards face up, or at least when the judge turns them over, they're going to have to speak, okay? So as they put down the perfect card, they need to say the whole sentence. They need to say, red card is green card, okay? And for your Romance languages, they're going to have to make the adjective match the noun or whatever. For Japanese, they're going to have to inflect the adjective, but everybody has to be speaking when they put down the card. That's the basic idea, okay? The judge is going to look over the cards, and the cards that are submitted to the middle of the table. And the judge is going to say, let's see, Link smashing a pot. No, that's not smart. Oh, murder hornets. No, that's not smart. Running like Naruto. No, that's not smart. Oh, Astro Boy. He's pretty smart. Yeah, maybe. Oh, getting good grades in chemistry. Yeah, that's pretty smart too. Okay, well, Astro Boy is more smart than Link, that's for sure. Let's throw Link away. And so they're gonna do the is not, they're gonna do is more than, and then finally the judge is gonna say, okay, I choose. So you got to teach them how to say I choose. I choose getting good grades in chemistry. Getting good grades in chemistry is smart. Okay, and the winner of the round gets that green card. So that's an easy way to see who's winning, because how many green cards do you have in your hand? Here's the part I absolutely love and why I play this game so much in my class, okay? You want to encourage your students to argue with each other. What? That's preposterous! Astro Boy is smarter than getting good grades in chemistry. Astro Boy could get good grades in chemistry. I should have won. It is so wonderful to hear them arguing. Like, I don't know, one time somebody was arguing that Brigitte Bardot was braver than Emmanuel Macron. Okay, it's just wonderful to hear them. I love it so much. Okay, so the old red cards from that round are put in a discard pile, and every player takes another red card so that they still have 7 cards in their hands. Everybody always has to have 7 cards in their hands. The judge didn't put down a red card, remember, so they don't need to take a new one. And then you choose play continues either clockwise or counterclockwise. This player is going to be the judge now, and now this player gets to put in a card. Oh, great, he's smoking. Okay, but technically the first player that collects 7 green cards is the winner, or until you call time. Now, generally, when we're playing a game, I'm only doing it for 15 to 20 minutes, and then I give another mini lecture, and then we move on to another game, because that way the students don't get bored of anything. Some games can go on all class. That's great. But, I don't want these students to be slipping into English or not. So eventually I'll call time. So, maybe they don't have 7 cards, but ideally the game goes to 7 cards. Now, before you look at my cards, you need to know that I am weird. My weirdness bleeds into everything I do. I feel very strongly that the students are going to remember the weird things much easier than they're going to remember the mundane things, okay? So, for example, my French students absolutely love the song Belinda. It's a great way to teach how to describe someone, okay? So you better believe in class, I'm going to be talking about Claude François' secret child, okay? His secret second child. He did not have a child out of wedlock. He just saw that as the Beatles were getting married, they were losing popularity. Donny Osmond got married, and suddenly nobody wanted to listen to Donny Osmond anymore, because everyone was fantasizing that they could be with these famous people, right? Okay, so the teeny boppers weren't listening to their music anymore. So he got married, and everything was fine, and he had a child, and everything was fine, but then he started to get panicky. He's like, oh no, I have a second child now, and all my fans are going to see me as being a family man. So he kept his second child secret. And you see, they look a little like each other. So sometimes he would say, okay, we're going out, and Mark, you get to stay home today, and Claude Jr., you're going to pretend to be Mark today. Okay, so everyone's going to be calling you Mark. But it was absolutely crazy. You can bet it was a huge scandal when the truth came out. But My students love these crazy stories, and yeah, you can tell I love them too, right? And there's so much culture that I can embed as I'm telling them about, these weird things, and there's language that they're picking up that they wouldn't necessarily hear. And so yes, you can believe that my cards are the crazy stuff. All right, they're going to be the normal stuff. They're going to be the normal stuff that's out of the textbook. Especially for my Spanish classes, I have to kind of march lockstep with my 4 colleagues. Well, I'm one of 4. With my 3 colleagues who teach Spanish. We all have to kind of be on the same page. But for French and Japanese, I'm the only teacher in the building, so I get to do whatever the heck I want with those, which is great. But I try to put in as much weirdness as I can. Okay, so there's lots of cards that you're going to look at, and you're going to say, why in heaven's name did she include that? Simply put, I'm weird. Recapping, I'm weird, okay? You are absolutely free to discard those cards, put in your own cards. You can cut and paste, use a paint program and change the names and change the pictures and everything. Use the weird things you talk about in your own class. Use your class in-jokes. Oh my gosh, we have so many in-jokes. And then when the in-joke gets stale or the next class comes along, I just tell the students, oh, okay, hand me that card. And I throw that card away, and then I'll print up a new card with a new in-joke, okay? You're making the game. When your joke gets stale, then you change the game, okay? But the bones of the game are going to last you for many, many years to come, all right? So again, these cards are located on the Duolingo Educators Network. I'm seeing that I'm over my 10-minute time now. They're on studio-nemo.com. If I can figure out how other things work, I'll put them there. All right. But basically, I just love sneaking in the culture. Okay. And like I said, use my cards however you want. Bare bones of the game is there. Okay. So again, any questions, ping me at studio-nemo.com. Duolingo Educators Network, that's where I've got the cards. And then you can also talk to me on the Minecraft Education Ambassadors or the Minecraft Teachers Lounge. So there's my cards. I'm over time. In our next episode, I'm going to show you, and the next episode is everything I do here I love so much. Mini whiteboards. Mini whiteboards are the best thing I ever purchased with my PTSA money, and you can do 100 million things with them. So hope to see you there.